Okay guys, we're finally gonna build the front end of application so that we can actually see some data. So right here, you're gonna be able to download this theme right here. Okay, so I've already summarized it into what we're gonna be using. So this is how it looks, and also we have some pages right here, like the single page for viewing the post and all that. Okay, so I've already made everything look simple, but if you want to actually use this theme in production, you're gonna have to buy a license. Okay, so pay the developers for the good work they've done. Okay, but just for practice, you can be able to use what I just gave you right now. So let's set this up. So it looks like we need a home page, and the first thing what I'm gonna do is actually go to my desktop. I'll copy this and I'll go to the directory where my application lives. You should do exactly the same. So go to where your application is. Mine is in this www folder and in my blog folder, and I'm just gonna paste it right there. Why? Because I want to be able to access it from my text editor right here. Okay, so first of all, it looks like all my assets are in this app directory. So for us to be able to actually get this, I'll copy this and put in my public directory. Okay, so now we have access to that. So in our public directory, we have all the assets for our theme. And the next thing we're gonna do right here, we have home.html, which is gonna be our home page. So I'm gonna copy everything in that home.html and I'm gonna put it in my welcome.blade.php. So I'm gonna paste everything in. Let me copy that. Looks like I didn't copy, and right here I'll paste. Okay, so the data is set. So that's my welcome.blade.php. If I refresh, there we have our data, but right now it's just dummy content, but we're gonna be generating it dynamically soon enough. Okay, so that's the dummy data. About a layout file, don't worry, we're gonna be taking care of that in a second. Okay, so that's our page right there, and what you can actually do is set all of this using the add asset method, which is actually advisable. So go ahead and set that up. So I'll just put this and I'll say asset, and I'll wrap it in an asset method, and I'll close right here and I'll echo that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be doing behind the scenes for every one of these scripts and also every one of these links. So go ahead and do the same. Okay guys, so I just did that. So I wrapped each of the assets in the asset method so that everything is gonna work perfectly. Okay, so now that that's set up, also make sure you do exactly the same thing for all the images. And if I refresh right here, you discover that nothing is broken. But if I take a look at my view page source, I get the dynamic link. Awesome. Okay, so next step, we need to generate all of this data dynamically. So first thing that we see here is our title. So the title of the website should be from the database. Remember, we are setting the title in our admin section. So what I'm gonna do is actually factor out the header, because remember our header is gonna be through all our pages. So I'm gonna cut out the header. So right here, I'll cut out this header and I'll say include the header, and I'll say include from includes.header right there. And in our includes directory that we already have. Okay, so the includes is in the admin. We're gonna have a new includes directory for our front end. So we'll say includes, and right here I'm gonna paste in a new header.blade.php, and right here I'll paste in that data. And if I refresh, nothing is supposed to change, which is right. Okay, so our navigation menu right here is gonna have the title right here, and we're also gonna have some links, and I'm just gonna make these links to be top categories in the application. Okay, so top categories in the application are gonna be appearing here. Okay, next thing, the first post right here is gonna be the latest post from our database, and these two are gonna be the second latest. Okay, so we're gonna fetch that and pass it to our first welcome.blade.php. So this page right here, these are gonna be categories. So we'll get maybe 3 categories, maybe the ones that are in our top menu. We get them, we list the category name right here, and we display the latest 3 posts for that category. And we get the next category and do the same thing, get the next category, and we do the same thing. And we're gonna have right here, the email section, and this data is going to be the name of our site, and this is going to be the abouts of our sites that we don't have. Okay, we're going to include that later, and this is going to be the contact information that we already have for our site. So I hope you understand how this is going to work. So let's go ahead and get started making this dynamic in the next video.